Hi folks, welcome back to another video and thanks for clicking on this video. I'm out on a permission land camp tonight, so my very good friend has some farmland. He allows me to camp there, so I'm very grateful to him. So Bill, if you're watching, thumbs up mate. I've got about a 10 or 15 minute hike into where I'm going to stay tonight. I'm doing a hammock camp. I'm going to have a little cook up on some charcoal, so we can't have fires here at the moment. It's still too hot and I don't want to risk setting fire to a friend's land. So I'm going to get my rucksack on, grab my fire pit, and then I'll head off. So stick with me, should be a good one. Tell you what, nice to get that pack off. I reckon that probably weighs 30-35 kilos. I think what I'm going to do, I'll get my breath back, and then I'm going to get the rucksack unpacked, start looking at getting my sleep system set up, so the hammock, and we'll see how the evening goes from there. Okay, sleeping bag off. Some water, will be a bit warm. Good jumper for later. Food and beer. The cook system. Trusty pillow. I've got a little chair with me today. That's literally just an Aldi special, but it works. You've seen it in other videos. Hammock and hammock. I think the rest I'll do once the sleep system's set up. For now, I'll get everything away. Okay, so this is the hammock I'm using tonight. It's called the Night Cat. It's a flat lay hammock. There's been loads of reviews on these on YouTube, so I don't really see the necessity for me to do a review on it. I've got some tent pegs there that don't come standard, so I'll talk to you about that when I actually come to use them. This is our wraps, tying around the tree. That's the actual hammock. Now I've got the camouflaged version, so no one will be able to see me. Poles, two sets of poles, and then it looks like a fly sheet. Okay, so everything's here, so I will start setting it up and we'll see how we go. Okay, what I've done is I've laid the hammock out on the floor. I've laid the spreader bars across, and I've laid the straps out just to make sure that I can get the length. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start getting it together and putting it up, and I'll bring you back. So the idea is to pass the strap around the tree. You've got a single loop on one end, and then you've got multiple loops, like a daisy chain of loops on this end. So we pass it through the single loop, around about shoulder height they suggest, okay, and then we pull it tight, and then hopefully that'll hold us. What I'm going to do, I've got a clip on the end of the hammock here, and that literally just hooks into one of those daisy chain loops like so. I'll go to the other end and hopefully it's not too long, we'll see. Okay, let's bring the hammock up. It's a really easy system, this. Okay, so look, that's on the last daisy chain, so it looks like I'm probably going to have to wrap these ties around the tree a few times just to shorten the distance. So I'll bring you back in. Right, so like I say, I'm going to wrap this around the tree a few times just to take up some of the slack. And we'll shorten these straps. I mean, ideally you would use a bigger tree for this, a wider tree, so you wouldn't have to run it around so many times, but here's what it is. I've got to use what I've got. Just conscious of getting this set up because it's getting on for an hour before night time, twilight. Okay, let's try that. So again, we're looking for about shoulder height. We want the hammock to be as straight as I can get it. I can find the loops. Okay, here we go. So you can see I've taken up the slack now between the two trees, and the hammock is hung. Okay, for the spreader bars, we've got two of these black spreader bars that are joined with a piece of nylon in the middle. Okay, they're sprung loaded, and what they do, there's actually a sleeve here in the underside of the hammock. They slide into that, and they slide the full width. And it's as simple as locating them into this little envelope on the end of the webbing here, and the same on the other side. And that gives us our lay flat rigidity. Okay. So because this essentially is, you know, a hooped bivvy, we've got these extendable poles, and again we've got like a sleeve here, a mesh sleeve, and we push these poles through, and this will lift the mesh roof up above me, and then it just simply locates into a ring on the bottom of the hammock, into a little bit of webbing, and that's the same on the other side. So I'll go and do that. I'll get the other one in and I'll bring you back when we've got the actual shape looking how it should. Okay, so I'll thread this one through so you can see. So through the first sleeve, through the second sleeve, and then we'll locate it into that hole there. Hopefully that'll stay in there. And then we just create an arch, and we're bringing that into this bottom webbing here. Now it does need the straps putting on to keep it in position. It's starting to look like a lay flat hammock. And the final part of the process is to get each end of these spreader bars. We place a strap through underneath, then we wrap that around the tree. I suggest a couple of times down lower. Move this stuff. I'll go down as low as I can in the fork of this tree. I'm only be able to get around there once. It's a little bit short. Hopefully we can just get a bite. And then we put it through the other buckle and pull that through. And you can see there we've got the hammock in position. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get it all leveled up and straight and nice and tight, and I'll bring you back once it's all done. Okay, so what I have done is I've added 4 guide ropes, one on each corner of the lower part of the hammock. I know when I tested this out it didn't feel too safe, sturdy, so I thought if I had a guide rope to each side and really pull that down, it should stop that tipping motion or minimise the tipping motion. So I'm going to give it a go. Hopefully if it works then you guys will be able to use it, and if it doesn't, I end up on the floor, then you know there's no point in trying it. We'll give it a go. Okay. So you can see there's a lot of straps, there's a lot of guide ropes to try and get this thing to sit flat. I guess the proof will be in the pudding. I have got a fly sheet to go over the top, which I'm going to put on next, but that literally just clips on these 4 buckles on each corner. So I'm just going to tighten everything up, make sure it's nice and tight. I'll get the fly sheet on and I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm going to have to get my skates on. Now I'm actually starting to lose light. South Australia now, summer's gone, autumn's here, and I'm starting to get sunsets around 7:25, 7:30. I wonder if that actually, it does, it has some toggles and some loops here. And you can hook the sheet up by. Well, it looks fairly sturdy. I just need to just need to get my sleep system in there. So I'll get my mat inflated, I'll get my sleeping bag and my pillow in there, at least my sleep system's done, and then we start thinking about food, and I'll bring you back and show you this sunset. Right, so we use the flex towel inflator to get this blown up. And this is actually the Night Cat air mattress that goes with this hammock. It does have an inflation device, it's also got a light, but I just find it easier to use the actual flex towel inflator. Just need to find a nozzle that fits it. I reckon that is the one. That's great. Yeah. I'll get the sleeping bag out and I'll chuck that in there. And we're good to go. Good to go for a sleep anyway. So tonight I'm using the Denali sleeping bag. I find this Denali equipment to be really good. It's an ultralight sleeping bag, so it's goose down. And it's the Denali Light 200. Oh, right, that was a mission. Here's the box. There we go. Give that a shake, get the feathers. Get some air in them. And that's the sleep system done. I'll lock this net up because I don't want the bugs going in. We've got mozzies here, we've got midges, all sorts. Excellent. I think I'll show you the sunset. Look at the views I've got here. We've got a reservoir down there that supplies water to the local area. And then we've got a beautiful sunset. And that's the ocean out there. You maybe can't see it on this camera. Sunset sets in the ocean every single summer's day. What a great spot. Right, I'm going to get some food on, I think. Okay, got my little chair set up. I'm going to set this fire pit up and get some charcoal burning so I can start cooking. Yeah, great little fire pit these. They come in that tiny little bag and then open out into something that is fairly substantial. Substantial enough to cook a feed up on anyway. That's basically it. So I'm going to chuck the charcoal in there, get it lit, and we'll see how we go. Right, let's get this baby girl burning. I've got a couple of some wire wood balls, not wire, wood balls. They're coated in wax. So you just twist them and open them up. I'm not using anything fancy to light them, just a simple little gas lighter. Oh, briquettes, barbecue briquettes. Hopefully they'll catch. You always get a little bit of smoke with barbecue briquettes to start off with, so I'm not too fussed about that. Once they're burning and we get some white coals, we can start cooking. Okay, I'm thinking while I've still got some daylight, while I wait for the coals to catch, I guess I should attempt to try and get in here and see if it's going to hold me. So don't laugh if I fall out. Works all right. Oh. Okay, it's 7:45. Sun's gone down and it's dark. I'm still waiting on the coals to get high enough to cook on, but I think I deserve a cold one. So I'm going to have a James Squire Premium Pale Ale Lashes. Probably got to see that because we're in red light, or maybe you can. So I'm going to open this. I've got another one in there for later. I'm just going to sit here and chill out for a bit until I can start cooking. Cheers. That's lovely. It's probably still about 26, 27 degrees. So it's pretty warm. You can see I'm in a short sleeve t-shirt, although I've got long pants on, but that's more for mosquito protection and the biting ants that we get here. So I'll give it another 15-20 minutes and I'll bring you back once I start cooking something. Right, we've got a bit of heat in those coals now. So what I want to do, I've got this little aluminium tray here. So I want to get some potatoes on. I've got some pre-seasoned wedges. So if I can open the bag, I'll get them on there. Some fluid there, so I'll get that off. Okay, let's get them cooking. Hopefully and get them nice and crispy. I've also got some nice asparagus and the piece de la resistance is a nice slab of beef porterhouse steak. Yum. So we'll give those potatoes a bit of a go. Hopefully they'll start cooking shortly. And then I'll look at putting the asparagus and the steak on. I've got some salt and pepper. I've got another beer, which is lovely. I'm hoping this isn't too dark. There's no moon tonight, so I'm just relying on one lantern and a head torch. I'll bring you back when I get the steak on. Okay, potatoes are cooking, steak is waiting, so I'm just going to trim the thick ends of these asparagus sprigs off. I don't like the really thick ends, I don't mind them halfway up, but I find them quite tough, so I'll cut them off. And I will give them to the birds. I don't know if birds eat asparagus actually. Maybe they do. If not, the kangaroos can have them. A little bit of seasoning. Which I should probably put some oil on them, shouldn't I? Not sure which one's oil. I don't know what the other one is. I'll go with this one. And a little bit of a rub. I do like asparagus. And the very few vegetables I actually do like. Now we'll season them up. A bit of salt, some pepper, and that's a good thing with asparagus, that's all it needs really. It doesn't even need that, but I like to season my veggies. Cool. Right, check and see how the potatoes are going. Oh yeah, they're cooking. As I said before, I'm no chef. I can get by, but I'm very minimalist when it comes to cooking for myself. I'm very fortunate I've got a wife who's a very good cook. I might just get them off to the side. Right. Just really pumping some heat out. I'll just get these on. Maybe a little bit out of the way. So I'm not in the direct heat source, but in some heat and start them cooking. The potatoes are still a little bit hard. I may have put the asparagus on a little bit too soon, but we'll see. Right, I'm going to crack another beer. And I'll bring you back ready for the sizzle when we chuck the steak on. Right, time to season up this steak. I'm just going salt and pepper, pretty standard, on both sides. Okay, get a turn over. Now, I am going to put it out there right away for those that are steak connoisseurs and love their meat blue and bloody mooing and however you have it. I don't like it like that. I like mine cooked so it doesn't run off the plate when I put a knife and fork into it. So that's that seasoned up. Let's see if we can hear the sizzle. I'll bring you closer. Oh, it's really pumping some heat out now. Actually losing my grill. There you go. Just get the spuds out of the way. They're pretty much done. And let's chuck this slab of ecstasy on. Are you getting that sizzle? I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but that's sizzling away. So I just want to reverse sear this. I'm going to give it maybe a minute on one side and then I'll flip it. I'll give it a minute on the other side and I'm just going to move it over to the edge and just let it heat through nice and gently. We didn't leave that long enough actually. Let's get this out of the way. Oh, dinner is nearly served. There's some heat coming off those coals. Did you hear that one? I hope you did. I'm going to get this cooking. Once I plate up, I will bring you back. I'll grab my asparagus. That looks good. Grab my Murphy's. The camera probably makes them look a bit more burnt than they are. They are a little bit charred, but I don't mind that. I'd rather they're soft than being hard in the middle. And a piece of the resistance, the big old slab of Scotch fillet. I'm not bothered about resting it. I know that's blaspheme in the meat connoisseur world. Jesus, that's hot. I need to move away from there a bit. At the end of the day, it's all going down the same hole. I'm going to move my chair away from the fire a little bit. Great little knife set. It's on a, like a, what do you call these, a D-ring. Just undo that. Take the spoon off. Take the fork off. I'm not going to use the knife that comes with it. And these are titanium, so they're super light for hiking. I've got my ultra sharp, got big ends. Got my ultra sharp openal knife there, if you can see it. And that's what I'm going to use. Okay, bon appetit, as they say in one of those European countries over there. Asparagus is great. Murphy's are good. Steak looks to be perfection. Oh my god, that is lovely. It's still juicy. What I might do is get this head torch off my head and put the light on me then we can have a chat. Right. Bit more salt, I think. I do like salt, especially on hot chips. Salt, vinegar and ketchup on chips. Can't beat it. Right, let's have another slice of this. Oh, that is lovely. Mmm. Beautiful. So how you all been? You all been good? Can you see me? I might have to duck a bit. Right, I'm going to finish this and then I'll bring you back once I've cleaned up a little bit. Oh, that was lovely. Absolutely lovely. Right, I think I'm going to sit here by the fire, finish off this beer, and then I'm just going to chill out. Better do a bit of a clean up, and then I'll think about going to bed. I think it's getting quite late and I am absolutely shattered, so I'll probably bring you back once I get in the hammock. How relaxing is this? After a hard day's or hard week of work, there's nothing better than chilling out with a small fire, a beer, some good food and some peace and quiet. I love it. You know what, guys, I'm that tired, I'm not even going to bother having a hot chocolate tonight. It's now 10 o'clock, I've been chilling by the fire for a bit, finished off that beer. I think I'm just going to turn in for the night. My belly's full and hopefully I'll get a good night's sleep without being disturbed. So I'll bid you good night and I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Oh, morning everybody. What a great night's sleep. Hammock was really comfortable. It was warm last night. I didn't wake up until maybe 6 o'clock this morning, and then climbed back in here because it was that comfortable. It's now 8 o'clock, so a little bit of a lie in. Had a visit in the night from I don't know what you call a collective of kangaroos, but for about half a dozen kangaroos were milling around the camp. Then when I moved around, they scarpered. So I think the order of play is I'll get up and get some breakfast on, and I'll bring you back. Oh, I was a bit lazy last night. I didn't do any washing up. I just sat by the fire and had a couple of beers and just relaxed, which was lovely. So I've got a bit of work to do this morning. But first things first, I'm going to get the coffee on. Use my little gas burner. Great little piece of kit this is. Okay. Little legs down. I love this thing. It all fits into that little red box. You can cook a stew, you can cook just about anything on this. And it's got its own little igniter. There you go. Perfect. So let's grab some water. And we'll get a brew on. Stubby holder. Little advertisement for my friend there. Runs a combi cake here in South Australia. So if you need an event, or you've got an event where you need beer supplying and spirits and what have you, he's your man. Combi cake. We'll let that boil and I'll bring you back. Right, we'll let that boil. I actually might boil this up and do my washing up first. So I'll do that. Then once I get a coffee and some breakfast on, I'll bring you back. Alright, washing up's all done. I'm going to go this morning at making myself a cheese and salami sandwich for breakfast. Nothing too exciting, just something quick, something easy. I did pre-butter the bread. I'm hoping it'll be okay. Looks alright. Let's get some cheese in there. So just with the nightcat hammock, Like I said, I had a really good night's sleep in there, and I am so impressed with it. I think I'm going to do a separate video and I'm going to do a review on it. So just in case you guys are considering investing in a hammock for camping, I can give you a fair idea of what it's about. So I'm really impressed. It's a shame I couldn't get some of those kangaroos on film last night. As soon as I moved, they must have heard me and they did a runner. But that's fine, this is their world, not mine. We do have a lot of kangaroos around this area, so I'm pretty sure at some stage, for those viewers that are outside Australia, I will get some on camera for you. Right, this is going to be interesting to see how this works. I'm hoping it can just burn like a hot spot in the middle. I'll keep it down low. And we'll see how that turns out. Got myself a nice little mocha. A moment to indulge. Macana latte. Before anybody comments, that tray was cleaned. It's just got a bit of charring from the barbecue and these types of gas burners that I use on it. A little bit more sugar, a bit of a sweet tooth. Oh, it smells lovely. Give that a clean. It's a beautiful morning this morning. I'd say it's probably about 22 degrees. It didn't go below probably 17-18 degrees overnight. I had that Denali sleeping bag opened up like a quilt, and I actually kicked it off in the night. It was just too warm, and I slept with the rain fly off as well, so it was lovely just going to sleep and watching the stars. It was a nice clear night. Oh, that's nice. Let's see how this is doing. I'm hoping she's not burning. Oh, I think I've got that just in the nick of time. Can't beat a cheese toasty. Oops. Right, get my coffee in me. Off camera, I started packing up, excuse me, everything in the hammock. The sleeping bag, pillow, the air mats, all packed away. I'll have some breakfast and then I'll start thinking about dismantling the hammock. I don't know if you can see this body of water here. I did try to show you it last night. It's a bit of a clearer morning this morning. So that's a reservoir. And then we can see these pylons off here in the distance, which is a shame, ruins the view a little bit. But then we've got the ocean. You see right along there, the South Australian coast. So yeah, we're up nice and high. It's a beautiful spot. I'll just show you the camp. So yeah, it's very nice. Okay, so just let this cool down for a little bit before I take a bite. Otherwise I'll end up burning the roof of my mouth. Lovely. Flies are starting to come up. It's now just after 9 o'clock. So relaxing. So I had a few messages with regards to the bike I was using in the last video. Just general questions about the e-bike, you know, how it performed, the cost, you know, where can you get them from. So I might just do a little review on that bike. I'll try and do one this week. It'll only be a short review for it if it interests anybody, and I'll let you know the cost, what its performance is like, you know, what I use it for, what it can be used for, and where you can get it. So yeah, if I do that one this week, and then I'm hoping I can then do a review on the Nightcat hammock for anybody that's interested. So I'm going to smash this, have my coffee, and I'll start thinking about getting packed away. Right, that's me all packed up now. It was a good camp. I'll be doing a lot more camps up here. I will be mixing it up a little bit. I've just purchased a hot tent and a hot tent stove, so when it's really cold and we're in the middle of winter, I'll be bringing it up here and to other places, and we'll be firing up that stove, doing some cooking. But for now, I've had a good tidy up, so you can see I had the hammock here. Okay, this is my fire. And look, as I say in all my videos, take your rubbish away with you. I've just been around and collected a bag of rubbish. Some of that's mine, but some of it has just been left here by people walking through, I guess. So please, if you're going to do these types of camps, take your rubbish away with you. On that note, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon.